And I think it creates confusion. I really do. And so to me, why wait this long? You're not even the significance of announcing the award. What is it? You're in the conference finals. You're not even in the finals, right? So you're going to have a playoffs MVP. You're going to have a playoffs, well, not playoffs, but the finals MVP. Whoever wins the finals, you're going to choose an MVP. Why would you get this close to the end? Name it before you even know who's coming out of each conference, before you get into the finals where you're going to name an MVP who performs the best in the finals. But at the same time, you're saying that if your team isn't successful, that automatically knocks you out of the running to be the MVP to begin with out of the regular season. I just think that they should draw clearer lines to getting to the conclusion of this is the MVP. Name it before you go into the playoffs. Great. Now move into who's playing the best basketball as a player and as a team in the playoffs, and you don't have to sit there and be chanting MVP to all of these different players that are in the playoffs that aren't going to get the award, and then it's not based off of how they perform in the playoffs.
I mean, they kind of there was an opportunity for them to do it in one of these series. They could have done it Game 7 before he took on Joker and had that whole situation play out, which would have felt like a little bit more meaningful. They've done that before to where players have accepted the award right before they play a game. I don't know what the strategy was here, because what if they had lost that Game 7? If they lose that Game 7, now it just feels kind of, I mean, you lost, the season's over, but now we'll announce the MVP. It felt like they delayed it a little bit too long. But I'm just glad he didn't throw himself on the floor or flop when he got the award. I think that's really the big win for.
Why we get so much pushback? I guess our show is starting to evolve, man, because, oh, God, people be having issues with anything we have to say anymore, man. Jeez. Take it light.
Damn.
I got blocked on social media.
Hey, it's Brady Quinn. Man, my back's been giving me trouble ever since my playing days. So I recently stopped by a mattress firm to see if the right mattress could help. Their sleep experts took the time to understand my needs and match me with the right mattress, because there's no one size fits all. Sleep on it for 120 nights. Love it, or you get your money back. Get matched at Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See mattressfirm.com or store for details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Bonus bucks. Once you win $1,000 in bonus bucks, you'll have more money to use on your fantasy leagues. Bonus bucks. The winning happens every weekday, right here
on 1300 The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Earlier troubles on I-35 northbound at Howard Lane have been taken care of, but a stalled vehicle moved from the main lanes over to the left shoulder eastbound on 290 at Bannister Lane. And we're seeing some stop-and-go traffic on I-35 going northbound, causing an 8 to 10 minute slowdown from Onion Creek Parkway and up to William Cannon Drive. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Randall's. Get great summer savings at Randall's. This week at Randall's, get USDA Choice T-Bone or New York Strip Steaks for only $5.77 per pound. Plus, get 1 pound packages of Driscoll's strawberries for just $1.97 each. Visit Randalls.com or head in store for more deals.
Don't miss your chance for a memorable night's sleep during the Factory Mattress Memorial Day sales event. Hurry in for buy one, get one free, or a free adjustable base upgrade on select mattresses, up to $500 savings on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, and even free delivery. Factory Mattress offers guaranteed lower prices and 0% financing for 60 months on all the top brands. It's the Memorial Day sales event, only at Factory Mattress, where we have sleep down to a science.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Offices in Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Austin area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
When you think of hot, you might think about the tragic time you ate too much wasabi. Or about getting into your car on a summer day when it feels more like stepping into a sauna. But heat can work in your favor. Like during Verizon Red Hot Deal Days. Get hundreds of hot deals on all your favorites, like iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad on any plan. Only until May 28th for new and existing customers. Offer available on My Plan. Only at Verizon.
Out here, you'll find a community of hardworking creators with loyal followers, along with proud moments worth sharing. And farm to table, well, that's just supper. And whether it's a raised garden bed, acres of land, or something for your animals, we've got all the supplies and are happy to share a little know-how.
Welcome to Tractor Supply. Into life out here.
A little time, a lot of savings. It's the tequila sale at Specs.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horn. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Good morning, Kickoff. Good morning, Kickoff.
It's the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland,
Leander, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone. The Eastern Conference Finals had a great finish, and an MVP was named. The Dallas Stars had an improbable comeback. NFL announced Hard Knocks participants. We've got Eric Henry of Horns 24/7 joining us talking all things Texas. And speaking of Texas, Coach Jim Schlossnagle, SEC Coach of the Year, will be joining us at 8 a.m. previewing the Tennessee matchup as the Volunteers defeated Alabama. So we know that matchup for today. And again, a way too early 2026 quarterback evaluation that has one, well, you guessed it, Arch Manning in it. So we'll talk about it there. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And of course, we've got our guy Marcus behind the board. Marcus, before we get into this, you know, we come into the show and we give shout outs to our cities, right?
Yeah.
K-Town, where I'm from. Silsbee, where the big fella's from.
Come on.
Where you from, man?
I'm from the H, man. Houston for life.
Okay, so we're going to have to, I put H-Town in there. I just wanted to make sure that I was representing you properly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You got me in there.
Okay, cool. Then I'll make sure I continue to do that. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Judas Priest and, of course, Alice Cooper. But all you got to do is use that new and improved iHeart Radio app, you know, the one that you got us on your presets. All you got to do is hold that microphone down and leave a keyword for today, and I'll give you that keyword a little bit later. But let's get right into the NBA. Last night, we had two things happen. Number one, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was finally named MVP, and I know a lot of folks were thinking that he was going to be named that. It was between Joker, SGA, and Antetokounmpo, Giannis. Well, the votes were in, and of course, it came down to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was really excited about that. So excited that he brought his entire team in and bought them Rolexes.
Oh,
so he is truly a team guy. He understands the message at that moment. But the question and the situation that is out there right now, Mark, there has not been an American MVP, someone born in the U.S. to win the MVP the last 7 times. Think about that.
Wow.
Think about that.
It's an international game now.
It definitely is, but that's why everybody's looking at Cooper Flag, dog. That's what they waiting on Cooper
He's our
for.
hope.
He's
our
hope.
wish. He's our guy. I'm putting all my eggs in the Cooper Flag basket.
Yeah. You got to. I mean, because everybody is looking for him to save the NBA.
I want to go back in time to the month before the Olympics. And they were at training camp, and they had Cooper Flag at the training camp. And Bam Adebayo got done.
Yep.
Anthony Davis got done. He was killing them. And they were like, man, who is this dude?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was his first like on the scene type of presence against the best players on earth.
Yep.
So what's going to happen to the guys that are not the best players on earth?
We're going to find out.
There's going to be some Cooper Flag nights.
Yep.
In Dallas.
Yeah, he definitely need to get it going.
We got to get up there, man. I want to see his first game.
So we'll see.
I saw LeBron's first game. I want to see Cooper Flag first game.
There you go. Well, here's how it breaks down on the MVP voting. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 71 first place votes, 29 second place votes, for a total of 913 total points. Joker got 29 first place votes and 71 second place votes. Giannis got all third place votes. Jason Tatum got all third place votes. And Donovan Mitchell got third place votes. So congratulations to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We'll talk a little bit more about him a little bit later as they get ready for game number 2. But the NBA continues to be drama-filled and having so much fun. And when I say that they're having fun, they are definitely having a lot of fun. And last night, with 7 seconds, was the longest 7 seconds for a New York Knicks fan as one of the worst displays of closing out a game happened.
Well, Tyrese, those last 6 minutes.
Two-point game. Indiana with it. Halliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal a 3 for the win. And goal! He got it!
Unbelievable. It ended up being a 2 to tie the game. This was a display of failure. It was also a display of a team that in the first time in the history of the NBA that a team had given up a lead like that and ended up losing the ball game. They were up 14 points with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game in regulation. NBA teams were 0 and 970 in those ball games. That means nobody came from a 14 or more deficit to in the final 2 minutes and 50 seconds of regulation in the playoffs. In the last 27 postseasons, they are now 1 and 970.
Hey, it'd be a shame before God if they fired that coach, because that was a coaching mistake. 8 points, I would have called a timeout and cussed everybody out on the bench. They mamas, everybody.
Dang,
you do not play the clock. You never play the clock, or you're going to get played. That was the coach's fault. Listen, he had a great season. Unbelievable season. They're in the conference final. But in a huge, giant rhinoceros butt, he didn't do his job when it mattered most. He allowed them to play like that. Never called a timeout and got everybody on the same page. Oh, they'll work it out. We got, a minute and 30 seconds. That was horrible. Nate Smith running around shooting threes. Nobody's hockey checking him. Man, I'd have brought one of those guys that didn't have 4 or 5 fouls on. Listen, I need him checked. If he goes to the line, I'd rather don't let him get the ball off. That's NBA basketball. So I'm just saying, like, all the New York Knicks fans in the world are in shock. I was sitting there just puzzled. I love New York. But as you can hear over the last month and a half, all I've done is sing Halliburton's praises. He's a dog. And everybody counted him out. You cannot count that guy out. He is a player. And I think that he's developing. He's like Neo from the Matrix. Now he believes in himself. Now he truly believes that he's not overrated. And he's letting everybody know.
Well, he talked about it in the post game, and here's what he had to say, because he never stopped believing in his team and how he got things done.
Well, Tyrese, those last 6 minutes get your heart pumping a little bit?
Basketball's fun. Winning is fun. And, I'm so proud of the resilience of this group. We've shown it all year. We've had to win in so many different random, unique ways. And today we just kept going, kept fighting. And, man, that's fun.
I know it's not your goal, but you keep entertaining us. We got to go back to end of regulation. Was there any thought in your mind of taking it 2? And was there hesitation, or were you always going to come back out?
I was going for the 2, and then Mikal hit the ball. And I didn't know how much time was left, so I just tried to gather myself and knock the shot down. I thought it was a 3. I tried to hit the celly, and it didn't work, but we finished it in overtime. So, man, I'm so excited.
And you had to do the choke sign too, right?
Yeah. Everybody's been wanting me to do it. I was going to hold it for the right time. That felt appropriate, and then, it went to overtime. So, well, we're going to save it for later.
With all the incredible advice that Reggie Miller has given you in your personal relationship with him, was go for the kill, always go for the 3 and the win one of them?
Nah. Just go win the game.
Well, Neesmith was incredible too. I mean, it took a full effort from everybody, but just to see the different levels, especially in a game where it felt like New York had control of this whole game. What was it like to see in the toughest moments everybody rise?
Yeah, we played a lot of games where it felt like the other team had control. It ain't over till it's over, till it hits 0. That's a hell of a win. But I really do think there's a lot for us to improve on. I don't know what the final rebound number was. Felt like they dominated us there. That's an area where we wanted to be great. We weren't good today, but we just figured out a way to win, man. I'm just so proud of this group.
Thanks, Tyrese. We'll see you on Friday.
Appreciate it.
How can you not like that dude?
Yeah, you definitely got to like him. And I love the way that he goes about everything and continues to have fun. His dad was acting a fool as usual when he got a chance to see his son make that shot. So I'm impressed with all of that. Kid, let's keep this party going. Coming up next, We're going to talk about Hard Knocks. That's right. They made a decision on who the team will be for the season, but they also did us a favor to watch an actual division. I love it. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Do you ever feel like when you're talking, nobody is listening? Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone will listen to you. What is on your mind? Go! All you have to do is use the iHeartRadio app talkback feature when listening to AM 1300 The Zone.
Yo, hello, it's me. Enjoy the show.
We will get your message instantly, and we promise to listen to it.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Earlier troubles on I-35 northbound at Howard Lane have been taken care of, but a stalled vehicle moved from the main lanes over to the left shoulder eastbound on 290 at Bannister Lane. And we're seeing some stop-and-go traffic on I-35 going northbound, causing an 8 to 10 minute slowdown from Onion Creek Parkway and up to William Cannon Drive. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Clogged drain or sewer lines? Call Abacus. Pipe, slab, or yard leaks? Call Abacus. Water leaks, toilet problems, any plumbing repairs? Abacus can do it all. Now, get the 49 mainline special. Only $49. Clean out access required. Abacus. You can count on us.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
I love this song. I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey there. I'm Phil Briggs, Navy veteran and host of CBS Eye on Veterans weekly radio show and podcast. And I often think of my old boss in the Navy, Commander Reed, especially when I'm trying to motivate my kids. Now I know how he must have felt trying to motivate me. This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate those who go above and beyond for us every day. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Hey, Austin, this is Cameron Parker with big news. 2024 savings are ending. Customers who switch from Geico, Allstate, and State Farm to Fred Loya Insurance saved an average of $2,300 a year. That's right. Customers in Texas saved an average of $2,300 a year when they switch to Fred Loya Insurance. That's almost $200 a month. Wow. Don't wait. Make 2025 a great year by calling Fred Loya Insurance. Call today, 1-800-444-4040. That's 1-800-444-4040. Or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save. Individual savings may vary.
Spurs Sports Academy summer camps are back now in San Antonio and Austin, June through August. Choose from a variety of camps for boys and girls of all ages and skill levels. Get elite training, court time, custom awards, and appearances by Spurs players and more. Lock in your spot now at spurs.com/summer camps.
It's time to make your yard the best on the block with Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot. Start by keeping the weeds at bay with Earth Grow Mulch, now 4 for $10. Then keep your garden thriving with Miracle Grow Garden Soil, now on special buy, 4 for $10. Give your neighbors yard envy all summer long with Memorial Day savings going on now at the Home Depot.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. So Truck City Ford in Buda has made it simple. Go online. Pick yours at truckcityford.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leif Johnson's Truck City Ford in Buda has made buying a new Ford simple.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics. Road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s. Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
We're just getting started here on a Thursday edition of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. So Mike Hardball, world's strongest man in WWE Hall of Famer, D. Henry. And of course, we got our guy Marcus holding it down. Also, coming up in the next segment, we'll be joined by Eric Henry of Horns 24/7 as he breaks down all things Texas Longhorns. And at the top of the hour, we'll have Coach Jim Schlossnagle as they get ready for a day baseball, folks. 3 p.m. first pitch and 2:45 pregame right here on AM 1300 The Zone. You can hear Craig Way and Keith Moreland right here. But I want to get into this conversation about the NFL and Hard Knocks. But before we get into that, Mark, yesterday it was announced that Jim Irsay, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, passed away. They haven't said what he passed away from, but he was one of those guys that was not afraid to voice his opinion. He was not afraid to say it with his chest, as we like to say, and he didn't never back down from any type of situation. I saw a video yesterday of Irsay, and this is what made me think of you. Is he was a power lifter during his time. He was he squatted, I believe at one point he just casually squatted 585, and everybody was kind of in shock with that. But you know, it just says that this guy was one of those dudes that was about that life. He was about that life, and a lot of folks continue to voice their opinions about him, saying that they miss him, and all the players that played for him knew that he was one of those owners that was about that life.
Yeah, he was a good guy. I met him a couple of times. Never had any one-on-one individual conversation or nothing like that, but he just seemed like a solid human.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know he had his demons, and some of what led to his untimely demise. You know, he wasn't an old man.
Yeah, 65
years old. There's still a lot of life left, and I pray for his family, and wish the best for all of the people with his team coping and everything.
I just retweeted the video of him squatting 525 like it was nothing. So sad day in Indianapolis, and he had actually tweeted out for them to get the victory, talking about the Indiana Pacers, wish them luck, and for them to go out and get the victory. That's unbelievable when you think about it. But I wanted to get into this because finally they have found the teams that they want to put in Hard Knocks. And this year's team, and I'm kind of excited about this because we already know that their fan base is off the chain. But the Buffalo Bills were announced yesterday that they will be the featured team on Hard Knocks, and it is the first time in franchise history. We're going to get a chance to see Josh Allen go to work every single day. You're going to see Sean McDermott go about his business. Brandon Beam do his thing in the front office. But this is a team that a lot of folks think has a chance to win the Super Bowl. You just had Josh Allen win the MVP. Now he gets an opportunity to showcase his behind-the-scenes work ethic. Those teams that follow him, I mean, those reporters and everybody that's part of that, they follow him. They'll get a chance to, we'll get a chance to see what they see every single day. But I've always liked Hard Knocks because of the storylines. You see guys come into camp. You see guys get released. You see guys get contracts. You see all the different things and the conversations that go along with it. But having this team, the Buffalo Bills, involved is something that I look forward to.
Hardge, I think that it exposes a little bit too much. I mean, it's entertaining for us as fans, but the true football savants and the competitive coaches, Hardge, they're sitting there studying film, looking at formations, personnel, seeing who gets cut. Like they really monitor it all, and that's the one thing that I think is a negative about it. But
wait. What do you mean they're watching film and cutting it? And what do you mean by that?
When I say that, I mean you're getting to watch practice. Basically, you don't get to watch the full practices, but they have you get to see them doing things. You see them in different formations. You see them running plays against each other.
Yeah.
And that's a part of it that I feel like is a little bit too intrusive. Because I mean, I wouldn't want everybody knowing what we're going to do.
Well, they're not going to show the entire setup on call and all that other stuff, but they scrimmage against people all the time. There's other teams that are there.
Right.
Anyway. So it's not just that, but I look at it and I love this kind of stuff right here because it's just like after a while you forget that they're there and you just go be yourself. And then you have people within your organization that edit it to make sure that there's nothing that shouldn't be out there. I mean, you've been.
I do like the interactions between the coaches and players.
Absolutely.
And you see you learn people's personalities.
Absolutely.
Like that's the love of the show.
Yeah, I'm all in for this, and I look forward to it. And the fact too, now that Hard Knocks has made the announcement that they will be covering the Buffalo Bills. They also said that during the in-season part of it, they will be covering the NFC East. So we get a chance to see all of the teams that the Cowboys play, including the Cowboys. They will be featured on the in-season part of this that comes out in December. So for me, I am all in on what the NFL is doing this year. Buffalo, who is trying to be the new America's team, and the Cowboys, the Eagles, Super Bowl champs, New York, who they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on in New York. And then the Washington Commanders, who is the hottest team, and their owner believes that they are now the new America's team. So it's interesting to me with all of this movement that is going on in the NFL.
If I was not a Cowboy fan, I think I would. I remember you asked me, who would you be a fan of? Yep. I think it would be Buffalo, and it's because of their fan base. How much they respect the other fans. They want to have a good time. They dive off tables and jive off benches and jump through tables.
Yeah.
I like the tailgating part is a big part, really.
Yeah, I was going to say,
tailgate.
I know.
But
that's where
they got a great team.
Yeah.
And it's a team of toughness. It's not a team that's a finesse team.
Yep.
Josh Allen, man, if you got a great quarterback, that's a good part of having a team that's going to win, and they got one.
Yep.
So you're interested in being part of Bill's Mafia?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be jumping through tables, burning tables?
No.
Hey, man.
I didn't say that I wanted to.
He's a WWE wrestler. He's done this before.
Yeah.
I've been put through tables.
I'm like, ain't you done with that, bro?
Yeah, I'm really done. I will watch and I will direct. Hey, look, you got to go one leg. Don't go both legs.
Right. So, yeah, you start looking at this, and to me, I really, really look forward to this part of the season in the very beginning. It starts August the 5th with the Buffalo Bills preseason version of Hard Knocks before the season starts, but they're in season. It's the NFC
We'll find
East.
out what kind of leader he is, too.
We're going to find out a lot about a lot of people in this particular moment. Coming up next, we've got our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 24/7, as he breaks down all things Texas Longhorns. Texas baseball is in the SEC tournament. We'll talk about the awards. And I want to ask him about the offensive line when it comes to the University of Texas. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Watch out for a stalled vehicle causing some issues on the interchange ramp going from 183 southbound off to I-35. Looking onto I-35 northbound for a stalled vehicle blocking off the right lane at Palmer Lane, causing some minor delays in the area. Also a crash causing some slowdowns I-35 southbound at York Creek. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Randall's. Get great summer savings at Randall's. This week at Randall's, get USDA Choice T-Bone or New York Strip Steaks for only $5.77 per pound. Plus, get 1 pound packages of Driscoll's strawberries for just $1.97 each. Visit Randalls.com or head in store for more deals.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Don't miss your chance for a memorable night's sleep during the Factory Mattress Memorial Day sales event. Hurry in for buy one, get one free, or a free adjustable base upgrade on select mattresses, up to $500 savings on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, and even free delivery. Factory Mattress offers guaranteed lower prices and 0% financing for 60 months on all the top brands. It's the Memorial Day sales event, only at Factory Mattress, where we have sleep down to a science.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's Craig Way. You know, automobile accidents are challenging. You can feel pressure to accept whatever your insurance company is telling you. Don't do it. DJC Law can help you appeal any denied, delayed, or underpaid claim. With over 25 years of experience, DJC Law can appeal your claim. They can explain your rights, and they can guide you on communicating with the insurance company to ensure you get the justice you deserve. They've aided hundreds of clients in winning against insurance companies with over 1,000 5-star reviews to prove it. Call 512-888-9999 to schedule your free consultation. They can meet you in their office, at your home, even in the hospital, and you pay nothing unless they win. That number is 512-888-9999. Don't settle. Call it 512-888-9999 and get your justice. TeamJustice.com. DJC Law, Principal Office, Austin, Texas.
At Napa, we've spent the last 100 years building our business into an engine that powers yours. Whether you're big or small, national or local, Napa has the automotive solutions your business needs to stay moving. And it's all driven by a nationwide network of quality parts and exceptional service on one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead. That's why we are the pros that know.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning, life, and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. No application fee if you apply by May 30th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The Rays smacked 4 homers, beat the Astros, take 2 of 3 in Tampa. Texas opens a best-of-3 series against Clemson in the NCAA Softball Super Regionals tonight in Austin. Pacers came from 17 down, beat the Knicks in overtime to open the East Finals. NFL owners decided against banning the tush-push. Colts owner Jim Irsay passed away at the age of 65. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
We're still efforting Eric Henry of Horns 24/7. He might come on with us. If he doesn't come on with us today, he'll come on with us later. But I want to get back into the NBA real quick, Mark, because I think that one of the things that we needed to talk about and kind of break down is last night's performance. Last night's performance by the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks, as we said, were up by 14 points with a couple minutes left in the ball game. And then you got Aaron Nesmith, who you were pretty adamant that they needed to do something to stop him. He was 8 of 9 from three-point land, scored 30 points, and he was integral in the comeback for the Indiana Pacers. But I want to go back to the Knicks side of things. Karl Anthony Towns, I believe, probably played his best game of the season all around. He had 10 defensive rebounds, 12 total. He was effective in every single step of the way. But it was clutch time where you get a chance like Jalen Brunson, who was very special in the game himself, but he was 1 of 6 from three-point land. And they shot 32% from three as Indiana shot 40% from three, and they end up choking. Yes. But my question is, you already trying to fire the coach, so we're not going to do that. Coach ain't getting fired. Thibodeau is one of the best defensive coaches in the league. That's why a lot of players don't want to play for him, because he expects so much from you on defense. But they gave up 138 points yesterday in this ball game. So when you watched this game and you saw it unfold, what was running through your mind besides firing the coach?
Call a timeout. The lead with like 6 minutes and 20-something seconds. It was a 17-point lead. And I was bragging. I was like, wow, Karl Anthony Towns did his thing. Good job. Man, they got to do better with Brunson. Brunson had 4 fouls at the time. I was like, man, he got to stay out of foul trouble.
Right.
And I'm like, wait a minute. That's when the run started. Naismith hit his first one. And then a guy that hardly ever plays, Naismith plays, but he's not the scorer. He's usually like the fourth option.
Right.
He hit a 3. So that's back-to-back. They 6 points in like 10 seconds. And then Naismith comes around again, the next possession, hits another one. And I'm like, okay, call a timeout. This is when it was like 9 points. They waited and waited and waited. It never came.
Yep.
And that's the coach. That's the coach's fault.
Okay, let me ask you this: why can't it be the players' fault? They know what's going on.
They had it too, because they relaxed, because they looked at the clock. They're all like this, Hardge. They're looking up at the replays. Man, I'm like, focus, guys. Play the game. I'll tell you when the time runs out. It was mismanagement at the highest level. And the players shouldn't be really mad at the coach, because all of them are pros.
Exactly.
And Jalen Brunson should have just said it himself.
Well, he was in foul, but he
timeout.
was in foul trouble himself. He was trying to get his mind right, trying to figure everything else out. But look, at the end of it, at this particular point, yes, coaching does matter, but leadership matters. And when I say leadership, I'm talking about you and me on the field, on the court, making sure that everybody is doing their job to make sure that the game is being handled.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
We can
of
all
time?
look at the clock and see and look at the score dwindling down.
Who's your favorite? All
Dr.
time?
J.
You don't think Dr. J would have called the timeout himself? The hell with the coach. You don't think he would have called a timeout if he had a 17-point lead and it was down to 9 with 5 minutes?
Yeah, he might have.
Yeah, you're right.
He
because
might have.
He would have been like, man, what are we doing?
Yeah.
He would have called a timeout. And Hardge, 7-point lead with 2 minutes left. 6-point lead. Naismith hits a 3 and now you're up by 3. Call a timeout.
At that point, again, you knew as well as I do, at that point, things were changing for
I was in shock.
Yeah. Things were changing quite a bit during that time. And consistently, this is who Indianapolis is. I mean, Indiana is. This is who they are.
Well, they turn up when it gets tight. So that's another well-coached team. But they also have players that can get rid of the nerves and focus on what the coach is telling them. You can listen to Halliburton talk, and you can hear the intellect. They're a smart group of guys.
Yeah.
And the Knicks, I'm sure, minus about 3 people on that team, they got some smart guys. They got 3 Villanova guys on that team.
Yep.
So you don't go to Villanova being a dummy.
Well, they ended up losing that game, and it'll be something that they will have to live with for quite some time because of the fact that there was a opportunity that was missed, especially when you're up that high in the point differential. So it creates the moment that you need to be at the elite level. Were they tired? Was it the minutes? Was it them being out on the court as long as they did in the stress of being in the other being in the other round of the playoffs?
No, I don't think so. I think it was the getting caught up with the New York outside people. We outside. Carden Towns, he pointing at people. He high-fiving his teammates.
He had 35 last night. He played great. He should be high-fiving and being excited about it.
Hey, how about an inbounds? How about a proper inbounds play?
You talking about that last defensive one?
No. The 3 that came before that.
Mm-hmm.
They had 4 of them in the game. 2 of them should have been turnovers and wasn't. 1 killed them at the end, and then 1 was inconsequential. So 3 of the 4 should have been turnovers.
So what ends
Hart
up
got
happening?
lucky and regained his footing on the inbounds and caught the ball and was able to put the ball into play. So what is that?
Well, it's an opportunity.
So do you remember when Houston and Duke played?
Yeah.
And the timeout came and they called an inbounds play and scored? That's what Knicks should have done last night. If it gets tight, call a timeout and call a play.
There it is.
I'm begging you.
Oh, there he goes. Mark Henry getting hot. And I love it. I love it. When we come back, we're going to talk Dallas Star. They got a great victory. And, of course, we're going to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets to go see Judas Priest and Alice Cooper. Don't go anywhere. The morning kickoff rolls on right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
One time when Bill Schoening and I were doing a Tuesday night game, and there was an umpire behind the plate, Tom Jenkins. And Tom was a rather corpulent fellow, and he lets a pitch go in there. And you hear this pop again. He goes, ball two. Then crystal clear that our field mic picked up was some fan yelling, Jenkins, you fat...
Only on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
An accident's causing some minor delays on I-35 southbound at York Creek. There's a stalled vehicle in the right lane on I-35 northbound at Parmer. Making that change over on 183 southbound over to I-35. Watch out for a stalled vehicle on the ramp, as well as a crash on FM 973 at Burleson. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell. Divorce and Family Law. CordellCordell.com. 866-323-7529. 866-323-7529. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
This is Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Discover the true taste of Texas at Mom's Food Smokehouse and Delicatessen, where everything is handcrafted in-house, from the mustard to the bacon. Proudly featured in the inaugural Michelin Guide of Texas, they source the finest products from local producers. Visit us at 5811 Manor Road, Austin, Texas, or find them at your favorite farmer's market. Pre-order their barbecue today. Don't you keep the best delicatessen in Austin a secret. Tell them Mark Henry sent you.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Tune in to Ice Cube's Big Three this summer. Watch stars like Dwight Howard, Kemba Walker, Joe Johnson, Michael Beasley, and many more, along with Hall of Fame coaches. Experience the fast pace and physical play and fun action that defines the game. You know what it is. It's the Big Three. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice.
The riveting podcast, What Happened to Talina Czar, unravels the chilling mystery surrounding a woman's disappearance during the COVID-19 lockdown, the internet sleuths who wouldn't let it go, and the dark subcultures and betrayals they unearthed.
There were a lot of secrets that were very hard to find.
Listen to What Happened to Talina Czar on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow What Happened to Talina Czar and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Buying a new car might make you say, I can't believe it.
Seriously, it's ours? Is this real life?
But what you really need to say is, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois. When you think of hot, you might think about the tragic time you ate too much wasabi. No. Or about getting into your car on a summer day when it feels more like stepping into a sauna. But heat can work in your favor, like during Verizon Red Hot Deal Days. Get hundreds of hot deals on all your favorites, like iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad, on any plan. Only until May 28th for new and existing customers. Offer available on My Plan. Only at Verizon.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft shoes, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, girl.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Attention construction superintendents, contractors, and event planners. If you're in the market for a temporary rental fence, call Viking Fence today. The same company that is so reliable with permanent fences can save you time, money, and headaches. Located in Central Texas since 1972, Viking is highly committed to prompt and courteous customer service. Our flexible pricing plans allow you to fix your costs or hit your budget. Ask about our damage waiver rate that will eliminate untimely chargebacks. Excellent work, great service, and an honest reputation. Call Viking Fence today at 837-6411 or visit us online at vikingfence.com. Again, call 837-6411 or visit us at vikingfence.com. When you think temporary rental fence, think Viking.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good. The Round Rock Express play here. 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. In the next segment, we'll have our guy, Coach Jim Schlossnagle, join us to preview the matchup against Tennessee. But right now, we want to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets to go see Judas Priest and Alice Cooper. That's right. Make sure you get a chance to do that. All you got to do is get over to the AM 1300 The Zone on the iHeartRadio app. Tap that red microphone and leave the word feed. Feed is the word of the day for a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Alice Cooper and Judas Priest October the 25th at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater. Get over there and leave the word feed for your chance to win. You know, we're going to do that hockey because we don't do enough hockey. And last night, the Dallas Stars had one unbelievable game that you sit there and you're still trying to figure out. And if you're a hockey fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How in the world did we win this game as the Dallas Stars beat the Edmonton Oilers 6-3 to take a one-game series lead in the Western Conference Finals? And let me just tell you, it was loud in the house. Dallas Stars. They were excited. They were fired up about it, but that's not it. That wasn't even the end of it. They found a way to get it done as they always do. And guess what? They got the game sealing goal. That's exciting times for the Dallas Stars. Those fan bases lose their absolute mind. And if you've ever been to a hockey match, I've gotten a chance to go to a professional one. I mean, when I say professional, I'm talking about NHL. And I've been able to go out to the Cedar Park Center where these guys have definitely had a great time. And Mark, this is, a lot of folks don't always get into hockey, but hockey playoff, there's nothing else like it.
Loud. I mean, Hardge, I can't even describe to you the energy that you feel when you're sitting close to the boards and you see a bunch of people just skate into the boards at 50 miles an hour. And when they hit it, it's just so loud. It's a train wreck. It's a train wreck on ice.
Yeah.
And you just don't realize how fast those guys are. I thought they were bigger.
Well, there's a lot of big guys.
There's some big ones.
Yeah,
like, Lemieux was big, but I'm talking about for the most part, those guys are like 200 pounds. But they're going 50, 60 miles an hour on ice.
No doubt.
And the skill that it takes to turn and cut and stop and then try to use a stick to score.
Yeah.
It's just an impressive game that I wish that, you know, I would have been exposed to as a kid because it seemed like it would have been so much fun to play.
You playing hockey?
Judgment. That's judgment.
100%.
I would not have wanted to play goalie either. I would not have wanted to play goalie.
Well, nobody would have wanted to play against you if you're on ice, can't control yourself, and
How
you
you
go
know
on
I couldn't control myself? I've been able to control myself in everything I've ever done.
I would have loved to see it. You know what?
You
always trying to get me to do something.
I can't skate.
Let's go.
No, I can't.
Let's go. Oh,
especially not now.
Oh my gosh!
I can barely walk.
I would have loved to know you pulling up some film of you playing.
I'm glad I can amuse you, but I'm gonna tell you,
you are hilarious.
Hey, I couldn't even walk on it. I lived in Colorado Springs. I fell like 5 times.
Oh my goodness, Mark.
I mean, this is on concrete.
Oh my.
So
goodness.
imagine being out there on ice and actually trying to skate. No, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
I'll just be a spectator.
I would have loved to see Mark Henry on skates trying to not because you're right. Everything you have ever done, you've been able to succeed.
You always cracking the ice.
No, it wouldn't have been that. You would have been cracking somebody's ribs as you coming through them. You talk about, oh man, they be going into the. You talk about the speed of them going into the wall and side checking somebody. You hip checking somebody.
So I've seen the glass break before.
I've seen it
That
too.
would have been a regular occurrence if I played.
They would have said you are no longer allowed to play hockey unless you're going to start paying for all this up in here. There's no way.
First you crack the ice, then you crack the glass.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way that would have been able to go by. They take a 1-0 lead. They will continue to play on Friday night at home in Dallas. You can watch that. Man, their tickets. Oh, whoa.
Whoa is right.
Whoa. I'm looking at the price of the tickets for the game on Friday night, and the tickets are as low as $843 to go in. As low.
That's called a sell ploy. They are trying to get you to go pay that money.
Not paying that for hockey.
You got a media pass.
And I got a good TV too. My TV is beautiful. My TV is beautiful, and my couch is even better. So you sit there and you look at that. Tonight you got Florida taking on Carolina. That will drop the puck at 7:00. And then on Friday, the Dallas Stars take on Edmonton. Game 2 in Dallas. What an exciting time.
This is the last series that's Canadian-American, right?
Yeah, because the next 2 whoever wins this
will be an American team.
Yeah, the other series will be an American team playing for the title. Coming up next, we will have the coach of the Texas Longhorns baseball team, Jim Schlossnagle, reviewing the end of the season and previewing the SEC matchup against the other team that claims that they're UT, Tennessee, this afternoon, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Steel GMC in Round Rock. Hi, I'm Steve David, General Manager. Great deals are all we do here at Steel GMC. Our deal is upfront, honest, and a real deal. Not some overhyped web price that when you get there, vanishes like a 30-point lead. Come see us and get a real deal at Steel. Exit 256 in Round Rock, or see for yourself at steelgmcroundrock.com.
Shoppers first or shoppers last. Get a real deal from Steel.
We are professional grade.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit where credit is due. Credit for deciding in the middle of rush hour traffic to go back and get their bachelor's and a promotion. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. And credit for serving in the military by day so they can study cybersecurity at night. For over 75 years, we've been helping students receive the credit they deserve. With more than 135 degrees and certificates, students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's, and graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. At UMGC, you'll find everything from online to hybrid courses and lifetime career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. No application fee if you apply by May 30th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Don't miss your chance for a memorable night's sleep during the Factory Mattress Memorial Day sales event. Hurry in for buy one, get one free, or a free adjustable base upgrade on select mattresses, up to $500 savings on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, and even free delivery. Factory Mattress offers guaranteed lower prices and 0% financing for 60 months on all the top brands. It's the Memorial Day sales event, only at Factory Mattress, where we have sleep down to a science.
Circle K Fuel Day is back. On Thursday, May 22nd, Circle K is dropping the price of fuel by 40 cents per gallon from 4 to 7 p.m. That's right, prices discounted automatically at the pump. Plus, 10% of the profits will be donated to the Fallen Patriots Foundation. Up to 40 cents off per gallon in certain states in accordance with applicable laws. Only on May 22nd. Conditions and restrictions apply. Visit CircleK.com for more details. Get 40 cents off per gallon with Circle K Fuel Day.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to a Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. In hour number 1, we talked about the Eastern Conference Finals as Indiana came from behind to beat the Knicks. We also talked about Hard Knocks and who is going to be the participant, and we just talked Dallas Stars. But right now we're being joined by the head baseball coach of your Texas Longhorns, Jim Schlossnagle, as they are on the road in Hoover, Alabama for a big-time matchup, which now has been finalized. They will be taking on the Tennessee Volunteers this afternoon at 3 o'clock. You can listen to the game right here starting at 2:45 with Craig Way and Keith Moreland as they bring it all to you. Coach, say, how was your travels out to Hoover, Alabama?
Yeah, it was great. Good morning. Thanks for having me on. Travel was fine. We got out here quickly and safely, threw our stuff in the room, had a good practice last night. Got settled in and excited to get things going today.
Coach, this is the first time that the Texas Longhorn baseball team has entered the SEC. You end up being SEC champs with the victory in Oklahoma. You end up finishing the season with a winning series. And, of course, you got some guys named to the all-SEC teams. Talk about the first year so far. I mean, I know there's still a lot out there, and now it's real money time coming up pretty soon. But talk about the journey of this season as a whole.
Yeah, it's been an awesome experience, that's for sure. I mean, we certainly don't want it to end anytime soon. But when you look back on how chaotic things were, in June of last year, as we made the transition over here, how chaotic it was for our staff, personally, from a recruiting standpoint, and then chaotic for the players. So many unknowns, don't know each other, don't know who's going to stay, who's going to leave, who's coming in, and it's just a great testament to our staff and then especially that core older group of players that were able to get in, establish a culture. Guys have had total buy-in. I mean, complete and total buy-in, which is what it's 100% necessary to even have a chance. And then, you get into the season and guys perform, and then we had all the injuries, and guys continue to step up and play well with a lot on the line and against the very best teams in the very best league in the country. And just couldn't be more proud of them, and just a great example of what a true team can do, right? We have some really good players, but the sum of our parts is what has made this team special. And hopefully, I still think our best baseball can be ahead of us. We're going to have to get creative on the mound, both today and this weekend, and then certainly next weekend without Jared Spencer. We're just going to have to be super creative and see how those things play out. But I love our team. I love our competitiveness, and the opportunity to play at home in the postseason. Hopefully, we'll play to our advantage.
Coach, Hardge is going to handle the baseball particulars. I'm here for comic relief and to be your travel agent. I'm hoping that after y'all get this win, y'all have a little time to kind of, decompress. And there is a place called Dreamland.
Oh, yeah.
And you talk about some good ribs. I want you to go get that Dreamland barbecue. Do that for y'all.
Well,
and get a fried pie. Bring me a fried cherry pie back, please.
All right. I'm on it, buddy. I coached at Tulane for 8 years, and UAB was in our conference. So made plenty of trips to Birmingham and plenty of trips to Dreamland. So I'll grab some ribs and that fried pie and just stuff it in my pocket and bring it home to you on the plane.
Hey, Coach, on a real note, early in the season, we talked about, I guess y'all were like, had 10 wins real fast. And I said, Coach, it's getting close to everybody, getting very hopeful. And you said to me, Mark, we're going to have to see what it looks like in our conference. We got to see what games, how it looks and how we look against the people that we're going to be competing with at the end. Coach, you had a great season, a successful season. What are you going to have to do now to get them to be reminded that it's not over, that this is another starting point for your team?
Oh, they're very aware of that. These guys are very aware of that. They, when you're at Texas, you know what the standard is, and that's why it's cool to win the SEC regular season. It'd be great to hang around in this tournament for a little bit, but they're very aware of. They've been there. Our players most of them have been there at Texas, longer than me, and so and I obviously have my own personal standards, which is to be in Omaha and win the last game, and. So yeah, that's the total focus. That's going to affect the decisions we make today, and again, we're going to have to be creative with how we play this particular game this afternoon, especially given our situation from a starting pitching standpoint. So we really got to line things up for next week, but still give ourselves a chance to be competitive today.
Coach, I wanted to stay right there. Have you decided what direction you're going to go with the starting pitching today? You're facing a team in Tennessee, the team that actually won the national championship last year, and now you get a chance to play them. Have you thought about the process in which you're going to go against this squad today?
Oh, certainly have thought about it. Yeah, for sure. We're going to start. We're going to kind of open things up with Ethan Walker, left-handed pitcher that's been pitching out of our bullpen really well. Throws a ton of strikes. Just want him to get us off to a good start, and he'll throw for a little bit, and then we're going to, we'll roll some other guys out there. Our bigger challenge today, Tennessee's got a great team. They scored 15 runs yesterday in a big ballpark. It's really hard to score in. Our bigger challenge today is we're facing maybe the best pitcher in college baseball, or at least the guy that may be the highest draft pick in Liam Doyle. So we're going to have to do a good job of putting the ball in play. We strike out too much. Yep. We got to be more competitive than that. And then we're facing maybe the best strikeout pitcher in college baseball. So we got to find a way to stay on his fastball. You can't. He's got great off-speed pitches too. But you can't, when the guy's lefty's running the ball 97, 98 miles an hour, there's no staying back hoping to get a breaking ball. You gotta be on his fastball, and then if he leaves an off-speed pitch in the middle of the plate, you just gotta, be competitive with it. So, all of this is just great preparation for the postseason. Right. Again, last weekend we faced, a guy in the third game of a series throwing 100 miles an hour with great movement and a ton of strikes. And then today we're going to face the best lefty in the country. So we will be well prepared for next week, but we need to be competitive today.
So let's talk about it right there. Max Ballou comes back last weekend, gets some reps against, like you said, two of the best pitchers in the conference in Oklahoma, and now he's going to come back and play this week. How was he feeling after that weekend, and where is he right now as far as feeling well enough to play?
Yeah, he's knock on wood, he's good to go. I asked him yesterday if he had any recurring soreness from the weekend or from all the swings he's taken, and he said not at all. So I think we're in a good spot, and we'll just keep running him out there, keep getting him at bat so he can get sharp.
Yeah, Coach, we'd be remiss if we didn't congratulate you. I know that those awards and everything else just kind of are part of the job and the journey as far as being able to be successful. Congratulations on your SEC Coach of the Year, Dylan Volantis, Freshman of the Year in the SEC, and, of course, your defense obviously being recognized. How cool was that when you got the word about those guys?
Yeah, it was awesome. And really, certainly, we know the strengths and areas of concern on our team. And, but we did lead the league in ERA. And I think I haven't checked lately, but I know at one point last weekend, we were either leading the league or second in fielding percentage. So there, in today's baseball, hitting homers and big run scoring, there is still something to be said for pitching and defense. And so there's a lot of different ways to win a ball game, and we certainly wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for those great players. So very thankful for them.
No doubt about it. As always, we're excited for the weekend, but most importantly, we're excited for everything going forward because, yes, this weekend is very, very important, but the following week is when all the money starts to move around, and that's all for the trophy. So we thank you for taking the time today. I know it's a busy day, but we appreciate you, and best of luck today.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Okay.
No problem. There he is, Coach Jim Schlossnagle, letting us know Ethan Walker is going to get the start today, and then they'll fill it in. And, of course, Texas plays at 3 o'clock today. You can hear pregame with Craig Way and Keith Moreland right here on AM 1300, The Zone.
Craig Way Show with Craig Way.
Tex Schramm, you'd hear him on with Brad Sham when we had the show and I was the producer for it, called Ask Tex Schramm. This was like 1987. The football Cardinals were moving to Arizona. Brad Sham is doing the show. And so he asked him, he said, well, does that mean also now there'll be a change that the Atlanta Falcons would move from the NFC West to the NFC East? The Texas response was, well, once you're on an airplane, what difference does it make?
Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. That's win. Enter it now.
AM 1300 The Zone.
The JV and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Watch out for a stalled vehicle blocking off the right lane on I-35 northbound at Parmer. We have reports of an accident on the Mopac Service Road going northbound around William Cannon Drive and some stop-and-go traffic on I-35 northbound causing about a 10-minute delay between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Cordell & Cordell. Divorce and Family Law. CordellCordell.com. 866-323-7529. 866-323-7529. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
Graduation caps are fixing to be flying and summer plans are heating up. So why not kick it all off with a brand new Chevy from Covert Hutto? Check out deals like $12,250 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 RST, $4,000 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Tahoe Premier, and $4,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Equinox LT. See dealer for details. Covert has been family-owned since 1909 because trust, value, and Texas pride never go out of style. CovertChevyHuddle.com. Together, let's drive.
Football fans, the countdown is on. The rookies are ready. The matchups are heating up. And it's time to plan your game day. TickPick has you covered with no hidden fees and the lowest price guarantee. So whether you're heading to a rivalry game or just want a weekend experience, you'll pay less and get more. TickPick gives you all-in-one pricing and the lowest price guarantee. They're so confident, they back it up with their best price guarantee. Visit TickPick.com and score your seats before the best matchups are gone. $10 off your NFL order with code FS10 on the TickPick app.
Don't postpone better sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale now. Upgrade to a premium bed from a curated selection and take your rest to the next level. Don't miss out. Visit Mattress Firm.
Hey Austin, this is Cameron Parker with big news. 2024 savings are reigning. Customers who switch from Geico, Allstate, and State Farm to Fred Loya Insurance saved an average of $2,300 a year. That's right, customers in Texas saved an average of $2,300 a year when they switch to Fred Loya Insurance. That's almost $200 a month. Wow. Don't wait. Make 2025 a great year by calling Fred Loya Insurance. Call today, 1-800-444-4040. That's 1-800-444-4040. Or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save. Individual savings may vary.
Football fans, the countdown is on. The rookies are ready. The matchups are heating up. And it's time to plan your game day. TickPick has you covered with no hidden fees and the lowest price guarantee. So whether you're heading to a rivalry game or just want a weekend experience, you'll pay less and get more. TickPick gives you all-in-one pricing and the lowest price guarantee. They're so confident, they back it up with their best price guarantee. Visit TickPick.com and score your seats before the best matchups are gone. $10 off your NFL order with code FS10 on the TickPick app.
You don't wear football cleats to play tennis, so why wear running shoes to play pickleball? Tyrell Pickleball shoes make shoes built for how the game is really played. Quick cuts, fast stops, gritty court surfaces. Tyrell has a Vibram outsole for grip, a wide toe box for comfort, and the kind of support that keeps your ankles out of trouble. We've tried them, and trust me, you'll feel the difference. Check them out at TyrellPickleball.com. Tyrell Pickleball shoes, purpose-built for pickleball.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more.
The
24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Great stuff by Coach Schlossnagle as they get ready to take on Tennessee. Big time matchup. National champion from last year. So you get to see where you're graded immediately. I also wanted to talk about this because, Mark, we've been discussing the quarterback position for quite some time now, whether it's in the NFL or the college game. And the stories about one Arch Manning is something that a lot of folks are really running with, especially when you hear that Sark played Quinn Ewers, and Quinn says that he had a very, very sprained ankle throughout the entire season. And the question has been about, is Arch Manning ready to be that quarterback? Is he the one that the reason why Sark didn't play Arch was because was he ready? Was he not ready? Is it something else that is involved in that? So Joel Klatt, I love Joel Klatt, former baseball player, and now he's one of the best to do it in the game of football as far as his insight on certain things. And he talked about Arch Manning and how he believes that he may be that guy.
It's time for Arch Manning. Arch Manning's going to be number 2. I know he only started 2 games last year, and I'm always big on experience, but did you see him play in those 2 games? Don't we know anything about Steve Sarkisian and the way that he builds an offense around the tools that he has? And now with Arch, you've got a big quarterback, 6'4", 225 pounds. He can move. He's got a stronger arm than Quinn Ewers. Quinn was experienced, and there's no doubt. And Sark was loyal to Quinn. There's no doubt. But, there's a difference to the offense when Manning went in than when Quinn Ewers was in. This is not a knock. It becomes more dynamic. And the reason is because Arch puts more players in conflict on the field than what Ewers did. Again, not a knock, just a comparison. Arch puts edge defenders in conflict because he can run. And that was something last year. I don't think anybody realized how athletic he actually is on the outside, but he can run. And then he puts safeties in conflict because he can threaten every blade of grass on the field. He's got a great arm, a really great arm, and he's accurate with it. I look up and I think to myself, you know what? Arch is going to be really good. Again, I know it's a projection, and I know that maybe some of this is his last name, but it's just going to work out. If there was a quarterback with the exact same build and history and a different last name, but in the same situation with Sark, with Texas, Arch brings that downfield threat, averaged almost 10.5 yards per pass attempt last year. That would have ranked 2nd in college football. If he had played more, that would have been only behind Jackson Dart. He's been sitting, he's been learning for 2 years, speaking of Arch. And I think he's going to hit the ground running. Now, he's got a hell of a challenge week 1. He's going to have to go on the road and play Ohio State. He puts defenders in conflict. I know he's not experienced, but I trust everything around him. Even if some of the players are going to be inexperienced around him, I trust the system around him. I trust his upbringing. I think Arch is going to be an absolute star. I will be shocked if it does not work out for Arch at Texas.
How you feel about that?
That music, they should have changed the music.
Oh my gosh, I'm not talking about the music.
What he said, I'm joking. What he said was very complimentary, but you need reps. And I know Arch has had thousands of reps the time that he's been here.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have thousands of reps against air, it's thousands of reps against air.
Right.
I want to see him have 100 reps. 200 reps against somebody that's trying to take his head off. And then that's when he'll use his abilities in their purest form. He'll throw the ball when he should throw the ball. He'll run when they back off. Like, those are the things that I want to see. His ability to make a decision very quickly. And that was one of the things that we saw with Quinn, is sometimes Quinn would not step in the throws. Be consistent with your processes every time, because you want it to be pure.
Yep.
And that's it. You know, everything else will take care of itself. It's just time and experience.
Yeah, I know that, you start to, I'm not going to say, I'm very reserved in this but this analyst of Arch Manning. I am very conserved when it comes to this. And the reason why is because of the pressure that is being thrown on this young man, whether it's the build, whether it's the last name, whether it's just the aura that is wrapped around him. We've seen guys come in here that have been players of the year. Quinn Ewers was a 5-star, perfect score quarterback. He got booed, basically.
Arch is going to get booed the first interception he throws.
He got underappreciated, I believe. And for those that think that, if he would have been our starting quarterback, we would have won the national championship. That's not necessarily true. I mean, those are the types of things that I am very, very reserved about, because it just seems like there's other players around him that have to be a part of this.
Right.
You have to have pieces around you and a coach that believes in your plays. I'll never forget when Coach Sark talked about this when Arch got the start. He said, I went in and looked at the play sheet, and, we were talking, and we had a bunch of deep shots on there. We had wild plays every single call. And it was like, we're not going to hit every single one of those. You're not. But I understand it, because he has the ability to stretch the field and be able to be accurate down the field. So I see that. I understand that. And as he said, he's got ability to put pressure on people on the outside because of his frame and the way that he can move. He's an elusive quarterback. I see that. But he's going to make mistakes because of the speed of the game. He's going to have some trouble against his first game of the season as the starting quarterback is against Ohio State.
A bad defense.
Caleb Downs may be the top player in the draft next year as a safety. You don't go from Alabama as the starting safety as a freshman that they tried to play early to a guy that goes to Ohio State and starts and leads their team. You got to be a bad man.
Texas has other players. They have 10 other players that's going to be on the field.
Absolutely.
And Downs is going to have to play his position.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, run at him and throw it over his head. I think Sark is going to have a great game plan put together. They're going to know what they're doing long before they get to Columbus.
Yeah. I know that
it's just executing the plan.
I listen. Again, I'm hopeful that this goes well for the University of Texas. I am hopeful that this plan of attack with this quarterback and Arch Manning being who he is and the expectations being as high as they are, I hope that these things go well, because he is what everybody expects to be. He is the future of this program. He is already on draft mock boards as one of the top quarterbacks. By the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that you heard him say number 2 quarterback is Arch Manning for Texas. But the number 1 quarterback that Joel Klatt has there is former Westlake Chaparral Cade Klubnik as the top quarterback in his top 10 going into this 2025 season. So there are some good names in there. John Metter for Oklahoma is number 3. Sam Lavalette from Arizona State. Drew Aller, Grant Nussmeier, DJ Lagway, Lenora Sellers, Luke Altmaier and Carson Beck round out the top 10 of those quarterbacks. So it is going to be an interesting season. And again, not hating on Arch Manning. Big fan of what he can do. Big fan of his ability. I just think we need to pump the brakes a little bit.
I think the brakes need to be pumped a little bit, but also they don't list Arch as a pocket passer or a dual threat quarterback. They just list him as a quarterback.
Yeah.
But he ran the ball last season.
Yep.
So
did Cade Klubnik, Levitt.
At one point, his speed got up to 22 miles an hour. So anytime that you can run in the 4.5 range and you're a quarterback, that's going to add a level of versatility to your game plan. And I think Sark is a genius at that. He's going to trust the process. I almost hate to say that because the 76ers made it a dirty word.
Something that I hope does not turn into dirty words is something that comes out of your mouth next in the world's strongest take.
Oh, yeah!
Coming up next, we got Mark Henry bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A slight update on the stalled vehicle on I-35 southbound. It's actually on the service road at FM 1327, blocking off the right lane. There's also a crash on Altorf Street at the southbound side of the I-35 service road, and some stop-and-go traffic I-35 northbound causing a 10-minute backup between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to the same item, current price at qualifying retailers, exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Would you drive 10 minutes for $500? That's the distance from CarMax to Henna Chevrolet. And Henna guarantees you $500 more than any CarMax offer for your vehicle. Just show Henna your written CarMax appraisal offer within 7 days, and you'll get $500 more guaranteed. Is your time worth $50 a minute? It is at Henna. Come get your money at Henna.com.
Henna Chevrolet, we'll always stand by you.
Together, let's drive. Don't miss your chance for a memorable night's sleep during the Factory Mattress Memorial Day sales event. Hurry in for buy one, get one free, or a free adjustable base upgrade on select mattresses, up to $500 savings on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, and even free delivery. Factory Mattress offers guaranteed lower prices and 0% financing for 60 months on all the top brands. It's the Memorial Day sales event, only at Factory Mattress, where we have sleep down to a science.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the whoops. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, partly cloudy. Could see a stray shower or storm for your Thursday, a high of 98. Cloudy tonight, a low of 73. Friday, partly cloudy, a high in the upper 90s.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. CordellCordell.com. 866-323-7529. 866-323-7529. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em horns.
The beat just dropped, so you know what that means. WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man, D. Mark Henry, brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
All right.
Yep.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Mark, back then, they didn't know me. Now I'm hot, they're all on me. Guys, my take today is about a quarterback that was not listed in those top 5 quarterbacks that they said had the most pressure on them this season. And if I remember correctly, Hardge, J.J. McCarthy was on that list. And I told you why. He was injured. He had a good preseason before he got hurt. But still, they had other quarterbacks. And he's a rookie. Let him earn his bones. Who should be on that list this season is one Caleb Williams. This is a guy that the Chicago Bears went out and got the best offensive lineman in free agency available. They drafted well. They got him a superstar tight end out of the draft. They got Burton III, a really good wide receiver. Guys, this Longhorn going to be playing on that field that's used to playing in the cold. Devin Duvernay, explosive, consistent. Did I say consistent? Those are the things that a quarterback needs. A guy that he knows he's going to be in the right place at the right time. Duvernay is going to be there. He's an athletic guy, a lot Debo Samuel-like. And then you bring in this big 6'6", 250-pound tight end with soft hands. And you bring in, out of everything that was brought in talent-wise, they brought in Ben Johnson. The guy that Caleb wanted the most. He left a winning franchise to come and coach this guy. So we're gonna put the record up. Hardge's got the Chicago Bulls schedule.
Bears.
Oh, the Bulls. The Chicago Bears now turned into Hardge.
Yeah.
Bulls.
Yeah.
And he's gonna run it down. And I'm gonna tell you the win-loss record.
Bears. All right, week 1, Minnesota.
That's a win. in conference. Ben Johnson is going to pull out all the stops.
At Detroit.
Loss. Because Detroit is Detroit.
Hosting the Cowboys.
Loss.
Oh, okay. At the Raiders. No,
Win.
wait. Yeah, at the Raiders.
Win.
So now we're 2-2. At the Washington Commanders.
Loss. Even though they had a great game against each other last season.
New Orleans.
Win.
Baltimore.
Loss.
Okay. Loss. Cincinnati.
Win.
At Cincinnati?
At Cincinnati.
Win. Okay. New York Giants.
Win.
At Minnesota.
Loss.
Okay. Pittsburgh.
Win.
At Philly.
Loss.
Cleveland.
Win.
49ers.
Win.
What?
Yeah. 49ers are not the 49ers that you remember.
And Detroit.
Oh, man, I think they should split. But, yeah, I'm going to go with a win.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Skip
5,
one
6.
game.
Which one? Bye?
The Packers.
Okay, Packers. I did that for him. Don't they play the Packers twice? No, they only play them once. Okay.
No, they play them twice.
They should play them twice, yeah. Packers twice.
Split.
Okay.
Win at home.
Lose on the road.
On the road.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
10-7.
Wow. You have them going 10-7, and you got the Cowboys going 8-9.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you my take right now.
Okay.
Caleb Williams lives up to the expectation. He could not live up to the expectation last year because he didn't have a functional system around him. That's the take. The analysis of him is that Caleb loves to do the impossible. He loves the attention and the feeling that he gets from running out of the pocket, doing a Michael Vick spin around, head pump faking the ball, and then running 20 yards or running to the line of scrimmage and zipping one across the field to somebody that's wide open because of a broke down coverage. He can't do that anymore. He's got to be consistent in his delivery. He's got to be consistent in running the plays and getting the people the ball that needs the ball in those situations.
Well,
and Ben Johnson is going to make that happen.
Speaking of Ben Johnson, he is looking forward to the opportunity to change some of the issues at the quarterback position, and he spoke on Caleb Williams.
It's come to my attention that the quarterback's been out in the media over the last week, and just to get out in front of that a little bit, I just wanted to say I wasn't here last year, and so I can't speak too much in terms of what it was like before he got here and when he got here last year. But from my 4 months on the job, he's been outstanding to work with, and we just are focusing on getting a little better every day.
I like that.
Yep. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And now he's going to get an opportunity to get better. I'm a big fan of what they're going to be able to work on. Not a big fan of you predicting them to go 10-7, but it is what it is, and we will see how that plays out. And
I don't think I was being generous.
It sounds like it a little bit.
Name one of those wins.
Cincinnati. I don't think they have enough to beat Cincinnati.
They almost beat Cincinnati last year.
I don't think they have enough to beat Cincinnati. I don't see them beating Pittsburgh either.
Pittsburgh going to lose a lot more games than you think.
I just
Not
don't
as
see
many
that
as
one.
the Giants, but they're gonna win. They're gonna lose some.
So we will see. We will see how it goes. As usual, another great take by the world's strongest man. We'll close out the show and send you to Dan.
That's what I do.
Coming up next, but we're going to talk a little bit about Texas baseball, Texas softball, where you can find it. And I got an update on who is actually going to be on the call with my man, Craig Way, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
As the weather heats up, the action on the diamond gets even hotter. Here's the 0-1.
Swung on the ball, hit well. Out toward right, and you can say goodnight to it.
Tune into Longhorn Baseball all season long.
The stretch in the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him on the slider. And the Longhorns with back-to-back strikeouts.
From the road to the dish. This is Longhorn Baseball on 1300 The Zone.
Bonus bucks. Bonus bucks. Once you win $1,000 in bonus bucks, you'll have more money to use on your fantasy leagues. Bonus bucks. The winning happens every weekday, right here
on 1300 The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A slight update on the stalled vehicle on I-35 southbound. It's actually on the service road at FM 1327, blocking off the right lane. There's also a crash on Altorf Street at the southbound side of the I-35 service road, and some stop-and-go traffic I-35 northbound causing a 10-minute backup between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by CONCACAF Gold Cup. The CONCACAF Gold Cup is coming to Austin's Q2 Stadium Thursday, June 19th. Saudi Arabia versus United States. Sea Stars Christian Pulisic and Tyler Adams fight to reclaim Gold Cup glory. Get your tickets now at SeatGeek.com. That's SeatGeek.com.
Everybody, it's Mike Hardball Hardge.
And this is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
And we're here to talk to you about MyPlates.com.
Tell them about it, Mike.
Mark, when you're on the road and looking at the vehicles, what's the first thing you see?
Well, I'm usually a nice car, but the plates, baby.
At MyPlates.com, you can create a plate that shows exactly who you are.
Like the one I'm thinking about, the world's strongest man. Had to let him know.
Come on, you can get colors, styles, slogans. MyPlates lets you flex your Texas pride your way.
Big truck, big attitude, and it's better to have a plate to match.
Hit up MyPlates.com today and put in the promo code THEZONE. That's The Zone, all one word, for up to $55 in savings. And make your ride look as good as you do.
Or even better, MyPlace.com.
That's the way to go. And tell them Hardball Hardge
and Mark Henry
sent you.
When you think of hot, you might think about the tragic time you ate too much wasabi.
Oh, no.
Or about getting into your car on a summer day when it feels more like stepping into a sauna. But heat can work in your favor, like during Verizon Red Hot Deal Days. Get hundreds of hot deals on all your favorites, like iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad on any plan. Only until May 28th for new and existing customers. Offer available on My Plan. Only at Verizon.
When divorce puts your life's work on the line, Cordell & Cordell is ready to help you protect it. As a business owner, you've dedicated years building a legacy now at risk due to divorce. Let our experienced family law attorneys fight for you and that legacy. Cordell & Cordell is one of the nation's largest family law firms. Call to schedule your consultation today.
Offices in Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Austin area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
This Memorial Day, turn up the heat with the Home Depot. Find the perfect grill and patio set to keep the cookouts coming all season long. Grill up a feast with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill, only $229. And complete your space with the stylish Glen Ridge Falls 7-piece dining set, now on special buy for just $499 with free delivery. Take your Memorial Day cookout to the next level all summer long with the Home Depot. See homedepot.com/delivery for more details.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Well, check out Ice Cube's Big Three all summer long. Fast, physical, and fun. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice.
Buying a new house might make you say, "Shut the front door." Winning, "This is my house now, baby." But you actually need to say, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
The riveting podcast, What Happened to Talina Czar, unravels the chilling mystery surrounding a woman's disappearance during the COVID-19 lockdown, the internet sleuths who wouldn't let it go, and the dark subcultures and betrayals they unearthed.
There were a lot of secrets that were very hard to find.
Listen to What Happened to Talina Czar on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow What Happened to Talina Czar and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
After a trip to the 2025 Women's Final Four, an SEC championship in their first season, and sold-out crowds at the Moody Center, Texas women's basketball is on fire. And season tickets for the 2025 to 2026 season are on sale now, starting at just $100. Longhorn Nation helped deliver the first undefeated home season in 22 years. Now it's your turn to be part of the action. Bring the energy, bring the pride, bring the Texas fight all season long. Lock in your seats today at TexasSports.com.
Oh, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
I want to thank Coach Jim Slossnagle for joining us today on the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. And if you missed any part of that interview, all you got to do is get over to the podcast page wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, just get over to the iHeartRadio app. Make sure that we're set as your preset. And, of course, you set your alarm for us to be on every single day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. I wanted to also point out the fact that Texas softball, we had Mike White on. You can listen to that podcast from yesterday. I want to thank Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. Of course, you want to make sure that you follow Joe Cook of Inside Texas. Eric Henry, I believe, was on a flight to Hoover, Alabama, to be able to cover the baseball tournament as well. So we will see what ends up happening. But Texas baseball will take on Tennessee, the defending national champion. That game will be at 3 p.m. You also will be able to watch Texas softball. Texas softball plays tonight at 8 o'clock. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it, softball being that late, but especially with us being at the central time zone. So it's a little bit interesting, but I'm excited for both of these teams because of the success in their first season in the SEC and where they are now. Obviously, Texas softball is now playing in a super regional, which means that they are 2 wins away from going back to OKC to represent the SEC and represent Texas in the College World Series.
Come on, let's
you
go,
got
guys.
Texas baseball that in their first year in the SEC, Coach Jim Slossnagle being able to be named Coach of the Year. You got Dylan Valantis, who was one of the last players signed in this class, recruiting class, to now be named Freshman of the Year. We found out just a little while ago he's going to go with Ethan Walker as the starter in today's game. So if they can get through that and see what is going to happen moving forward, Texas is doing some amazing things and they continue to move forward. Tonight,
he said he was going to mix it up a little bit after that, but he didn't say with who.
Exactly. Tonight, we've got game 2 of the Western Conference Finals as OKC hosts Minnesota. Shea Gilchrist-Alexander was named MVP of the league. getting 71 first place votes. And that is an amazing number. And he went out and bought his team all Rolexes.
So does that mean that you're gonna buy me and Marcus something, real nice when we get some, awards?
Awards for what?
For radio. We kill it.
I'm not the MVP.
You're the MVP.
We are the MVPs here.
I just wanted to bestow on you.
Well, bestow somewhere else, because you better take your butt to the stove. Because
me and Marcus trying to come up.
I see. Pat yourselves down, because I ain't the one. Better check your own pockets at that situation. But yeah, it has been a really, really good week. Baseball season is still going on right now. We've got the SEC tournament that is happening, and the brackets are interesting, because you start looking at these teams. Texas will play Tennessee today. Oklahoma continues to win, so they will advance. They will take on Oklahoma will take on Vanderbilt. Ole Miss will take on number 2 ranked Arkansas, and the winner of the game that will be taking place in just at 11 o'clock will be Texas A&M versus Auburn. That winner will take on LSU on Friday. So these teams are being moved around. Some of these games are being flipped and moved because of the way that the tournament has been set up. So we will see what ends up happening there. But Texas A&M, they get the victory yesterday, 9-0 over Mississippi State. Now they will take on Auburn this morning at 11 a.m.
So it's single elimination.
Yeah, it's win or go home.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cutthroat, which is good, because now all these teams, you don't have to use up all your pitching. So a lot of these teams are already in. We already know that Texas is in the tournament. We already know that LSU, Vanderbilt, and Arkansas are all going to be in the NCAA tournament. Tennessee, defending national champion, in the tournament. So a lot of folks are looking at these games. These games are for the Texas A&Ms. The games are for Oklahoma. Those teams are the ones that are fighting to get into the NCAA tournament, and they won't get in unless they get the victory or play for a championship. Texas A&M is not getting in unless they win the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and this was the team that started the season number 1.
That's poor.
That's awful. That is awful for them, but they're fighting. They still got that opportunity, so we will see what ends up happening. Also, we want to make sure that we tell all the kids, congratulations, you made it to the finish line. Today is the last day of school. I know everyone is excited. Teachers, thank you. Thank you for what y'all have been able to do.
Thank you very much.
Taking care of some of these knucklehead kids, including mine. But I'm proud of them, and I'm glad that summer is here, and they will be enjoying themselves immediately. No school tomorrow.
Whoa.
Going into the weekend, and now we start to really put in the work. Summertime is fun, but now's the time to get better. Every single day.
Spend that money, all these camps.
Oh, yeah.
I'm already broke.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you trying to get me to go get you some, trying to get somebody else to buy you
No,
something.
I'm talking about we get an award, then, you.
The closest thing you're going to get to an award is right now, you might get your donuts, depending on what happens in this basketball series.
That's a bet. You got to pay your bet.
I will definitely pay my bet, but you may be the one paying off the bet. We shall see. For Marcus, for Mark Henry, I am Hardball Hardge. Make sure you're tuning in. 2:45 pregame show with Craig Way and Roger Wallace, because Keith Moreland is calling some other games. So Roger Wallace pinch hitting and taking over right here. Just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Have a great day, kids. Have fun. Don't get on your parents' nerves. Peace.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer